How can I set a boundary by not offending anyone else?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think people, sometimes think boundaries are very selfish, that the only way to set a boundary is, if I set a boundary, it means I'm going to offend someone, it comes across as selfish, and it's not the case. There are ways to set boundaries. So let me give you an example. Let's say that I don't like to check my phone let's say I don't like to receive phone calls after 7 o'clock. Okay. And I tell my mum this, please, after 7, please don't call because I don't check my phone after 7. And if you call, I'm not going to answer because that's my time for myself. All right. So you could say, Mum, don't call me after 7 because I'm not going to answer your call. That's one way to do it, but it's not very helpful because it doesn't really provide the information that the person deserves to know. So all you're telling them is don't call them, but you're not telling them why. And because they don't know why, they're likely not to respect that boundary because they don't know the reason. So another way to do it is saying, Mum, I've been really stressed at work lately and I'm trying a new thing where after 7, I'm not checking any technology. I just need to unwind. So I won't be checking my phone. So if you want to call me, please call me before 7. But after 7, I won't be checking my phone. Okay. But this is going for everyone across the board. It's just a way for me to try and manage my stress. So already that's a way that you're clearly communicating the boundary you're setting, but also why you're setting it. It's nothing personal, it's nothing direct, you're doing it for you and it's across the board. So you've explained why. So the person has an understanding of, okay, well, I understand why I shouldn't call this person after 7. And if I do, they won't answer and I won't take it personally. I understand why. So how you set a boundary without offending someone is by clearly communicating why the boundary matters to you and inherently why the boundary will serve the relationship. Because boundaries are there not to be selfish, but to serve the relationship. So actually, if you care about someone and you want to give your best self to someone, boundary setting is a vital way of doing that. Because if you find yourself being spread too thin, and yet you come home and your wife wants to talk to you about her day and you are exhausted from work, but you feel guilty for not listening to her, and you start listening, but it's clear that you're tired, well, that's going to be worse than if you just said to your wife, you know what, can you just give me half an hour to unwind? I've had a stressful day, but after half an hour, let me have that time for myself and then I will be able to listen to you and give you the attention you deserve. So while you set a boundary that you need space for yourself, you're actually doing it in service, not only of yourself, but of the relationship or the person you're interacting with. So again, it comes down to communication.